Hi! So this video is more for myself to look back on when I'm feeling low so I can remember how I ended up feeling better. But if you want to keep watching and go on this emotional tangent with me, feel free to do so. That's why I'm posting it and making it public. I am in my new apartment, as you can tell. Also, the sun is doing weird things behind me because the sun is setting. And I have gray hair now, which I'm very excited and happy about. There's no real pretty way to say it, but the past week I have been pretty down in the dumps. I was watching 13 Reasons Why with my roommate, and I had read the book before and I had known what to expect, but it still kind of hit me harder than I guess I thought it would. And I don't know, it kind of brought up some bad emotions, and I have been feeding on those for the past 2 weeks. They've kind of been simmering. And today something really unique happened and I felt a lot better. And so I thought I would kind of talk about that, like my emotional transformation into who I am right now from who I was earlier this week. So yeah, without further ado, this is my video. So the week started off with obviously negative intentions, and I am someone who definitely will feed into those things, especially if I'm alone and my roommate has been out of town for a week. I got really overwhelmed by a few things in my life, one of which being the amount of stuff I own. A lot of people are gonna make fun of me for this, but I just don't like having a lot of stuff, and I read this article about like a month ago that I felt really explained why I feel that way. I am someone who really wants to be able to go out and experience things, like not things, experiences rather than like owning a bunch of stuff, and I feel like I've done a really good job with that the past year, especially living in a dorm. But when you move into an apartment, there's like all these things that you need, whether or not you want them. And then there are the things that you want that like actually bring you joy. But they just all come together, and when you move, you realize how much crap you own, and it's a lot. And that upset me because I feel like when I have a lot of stuff, I feel like I'm not able to go out and go places. Like if I wanted to do a study abroad, it would overwhelm me how much stuff I have to deal with, like where it goes and, you know, like I don't know, where do you put furniture when you leave? But that was one of the things that was stressing me out among many, and I decided that the way I was going to cope with that, for whatever logical reason I came up with, was going to be disconnecting from the internet and social media and figuring my stuff out, because I am an introvert and I believe very strongly in soul searching and introspection. So I deleted all my social media accounts. Like, the accounts are still there, but I deleted it all off of my phone about a week ago, and I realized a lot of things almost immediately from that. The first being that, like, despite the fact that I don't spend much time on my phone, I was spending a lot of time on my phone that I didn't even realize I was spending it on. Like, I'll just be here now in my apartment, bored because no one's here, and I will grab my phone and be like, oh wait, there's no Instagram or Pinterest to go to. And I can't check my Snapchat and post a Snapchat about things that I'm doing. And that was like kind of a weird awakening, as much as you'd expect it to be. And then the second thing I realized was that a lot of the stuff that I was posting and that other people were posting probably wasn't that important to my life. Like, I post a lot on Snapchat and Instagram. I post a lot, let's just be real. I post a lot on my social media, and I like to think that it's meaningful because it tends to be my art. But even then, I realized that no one really cares. Like, no one messaged me this week and said, oh my god, why haven't you been on Instagram? Or like, why aren't you on Snapchat? And maybe they did, and I'm not seeing it because I don't have those things on my phone. But I just kind of realized that it doesn't really make a difference to people. Other people who are engaged in social media are following hundreds of people, and they don't really care if I'm on there or not. And I kind of don't really care if I'm on there or not either. So that was the first thing I learned about disconnecting and social media. But with my time and my festering negativity, I have just been around my apartment because, as I think I have already said, my roommate's been gone and I have also been disconnected, so I haven't seen many living souls in the past week. And today I did something a little bit different that I think really made a difference in how I was feeling. So I woke up and I did my third day of exercising in the morning. And I am not a heavy worker-outer. I've realized that I just don't have the motivation or skill set to do something that's super duper intense, because I would probably hurt myself by not doing moves correctly. So instead, I've just been watching YouTube videos on like some relaxing Pilates things that are nice and easy enough for me to do, but challenge my body enough that I feel tired afterwards and I feel tight and sore the rest of the day, which makes me, for whatever reason, feel like really proud, because I'm like, Darren, your stomach's sore. Must mean you're getting them abs eventually. But that has kind of made a difference. I've also decided to change the way I think about exercising. I have struggled with exercising for a long time because I struggle with needing really quick, what is the word I'm thinking of? I need really quick satisfaction. I really need things to come quickly. That's part of my generation and it's part of who I am. So I decided to kind of change the way I think about exercise and instead do it as something that makes me feel good and makes my body stronger and healthier, instead of being like, Darren, you're gonna exercise this week because you need to lose weight, because that's like a really negative way of thinking. So today I worked out and then I made myself a smoothie with my new Ninja blender. And I made a strawberry and banana smoothie with chia seeds and hemp powder, and it was really good. And I was really happy because that's also the first smoothie I've ever made myself with my new blender. And then I decided to go through my music playlist because I haven't really listened to music in a long time. I don't know why, but I tend to either listen to a lot of music when I'm sad or none at all. And typically when I listen to a lot, it's like very specific sad music. But today I was like, nope, I'm going through all the songs that I've like wanted to look into, like all the albums I've always wanted to listen to. And I decided to buckle down and finally invest my time in the 1975. Now, disclaimer. I love the 1975's aesthetic. Their stage setup is the best stage setup like I've probably ever seen. They seem really cool. I hate their music. Have never been able to listen to like Chocolate or that like City song. I just can't do it, can't stomach it. Don't know why, because British guys are like so attractive. And I love the wombats and the propellers for that exact reason, but I can't. It's his singing, I think. I don't know. But that's the part that bugs me the most, is I'm like, I don't like his singing, but he's British, so I feel like I should. But I decided that I've only listened to their like main pops and bops, and that most of the time those songs aren't like the best songs that a band produces, and so I need to give them more of a chance and just look into their music. So today I went through their albums, which they have a huge discography, and I'm not even to album 2 yet. I am just rounding off the deluxe version with the remixes. And so far, I haven't found much that I like, but I found a song that I like, specifically You, which is like a 9-minute song because I habitually like really long songs. That's not why I like it, but that's just something that consequently happened. But while I was doing this, like that was just a little tangent, yay Darian. While I was listening to the 1975, I decided to go through and clean up my apartment by vacuuming and dusting and cleaning up my kitchen by like wiping down the counters and doing all the dishes and stuff like that. And then I decided to make myself dinner. And I decided to go above and beyond and make myself a vegetable curry. If you know me, you know that I love Indian food, and I have always wanted to make a curry, but I've always been super intimidated and scared by it. But today I decided to just like not care and do it. So I went in and I prepped all the vegetables and I prepped everything, and I made a chickpea curry with a tomato basil like base, and some curry powder and turmeric made that stuff so good. And I just had like a bunch of vegetables in it, and I made some rice. And as I was making it, like as I was chopping up broccoli, I realized that I was smiling the entire time that I had been like preparing the vegetables. And I kind of like stopped for a second, and I was like, I just felt really good. And I don't know, yeah, I felt really good, and I realized that I needed to keep smiling because it was making me feel better. Like doing what I was doing was making me feel better, but also smiling was too. So I decided to engage in some mindfulness and smile the rest of the time that I prepared the food, cooked the food, and ate the food. And it made my afternoon so much better. Like even right now, I can tell I'm lifting up because of that. And the food was good, and I only touched my phone once. I took a picture to prove to everyone that I made it. Here it is. I did that. And then I just sat there and ate my food and focused on the food and focused on how good it felt to eat something that tasted good, that I had made, that I liked, that was bigger of a deal than like pasta with Alfredo sauce. So yeah, it definitely was a nice afternoon to have after having spent the past week and a half festering on negativity, and it just made such a difference. So I like grabbed my camera and figured that I would film something about it. I've been like having a really hard time. I've been making videos almost every single day, but I typically hate how they turn out, and so I haven't posted anything. But I've made maybe 2 things this past week that I really enjoyed that I will be sharing with you eventually. But I'm still off social media for a little bit, and that's just, I'm gonna live on that for a little bit more. I don't know, as long as I can, I guess. Which could be forever. That's ridiculous. But yes, I just kind of wanted to make this video to document feeling better and being happier. And for those of you who watched and stuck around, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you're having a good summer and you are feeling better too. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so I'm probably gonna go watch a movie and treat myself. And yeah, so goodbye.